You have a headache yet? Because you're going to get one. We're doing math today. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're looking at Jesse's guitar again, and we have the issues as we told you. And so we're going to have to do math today. And I'm going to tell you where I'm getting this info from. I'm getting it from the STEWMAC. If you are into like building guitars and repairing guitars and you don't know, they have their instruction manual for their kit guitars online, and it has great gobs of good information on it. So pick it up and download it. I'll put the link in the sermon notes down below so that you can easily access that. I am looking, they have like a 4-page section that's just on working here, and that's where I'm getting the math from. So we have a couple of different measurements that we have to take. The first measurement we have to get, and it's going to be kind of a wag on our part, because as you'll see, you want the plane of the fingerboard to gently graze the top of your bridge. The problem we have is that when we start extending the plane of our fingerboard out, we get about here and we are now on top of the fingerboard. So if we extended this plane all the way down, we would actually be underneath this fingerboard. So we're going to err on the side of caution here, because I would rather do this in 2 incremental portions and get it right than 1 incremental portion and get it wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the phone buzz, and we're going to measure our bridge height. So this is 3/8 of an inch. So as you can see, we have to get 4 measurements. We have to get bridge height, then we're going to have to get the fretboard bottom to heel cap, neck joint to saddle. X is going to be the amount we shave. Using the formula, X is equal to A times B over C. So again, we're going to err on the side of caution. This we're going to call 3/8 of an inch. It's going to be the choppiest damn video thing you've ever seen. The second reading that we have to get is going to be from the bottom of the fretboard, which is interesting. It says the bottom of the fretboard to the heel cap. Now, in our case, that's going to be an easy measurement because we measure from here to here. And that measurement is going to be, let's call that 3 3/16. Now we have to do the neck joint to the saddle, and we are going to assume that they mean to where you're breaking over the saddle. And since this is not a fixed position, you know what we're going to do? We have these intonation marks from the factory, because you can see if you put the bridge on here, these marks line up with where our saddle is. So that's what we're going to do. And that is going to be, no, we're 12 inches even. You know, with a stupid camera shutting on and off, that doesn't help either. So let's hope we can get some Patreon money rolling in here. Otherwise, we're going to have to be spending project money on new cameras. And that does not make me the happy camper. So anyways, here's our formula. X is the amount that we're going to shave off the heel. A, this is, let me make sure, the distance that the straight edge falls below our bridge level. In ours, we're being conservative and saying 3/8 of an inch. but that's just the height of the bridge from here to here. Our actual plane falls below the plane of the guitar top, so we don't want to we'll err on the side of caution there. B is this height here from the bottom of the fingerboard to the heel cap. C is the distance from here to where we're going to place the saddle. So this is what we got, 0.375 times 3.1875 divided by 12. That gives us 0.099 of an inch, which is going to fall somewhere in between 3/32 and 7/64 of an inch, as you can see by my math here. I need a cup of coffee, maybe even a cigarette. Probably not. I mean, I haven't smoked in like almost 30 years, so yeah, why pick it up again? So we need to remove 3/32 of an inch off of this part right here. So let's do that. All right, so what does 0.0938 of an inch look like? Because again, we're going to err on the side of caution on this. If we do this twice, fine, we do it twice. It's like that on the micrometer. On this one, it looks like this. And then, then what we've got to do is we have that amount that we have to take off here. And then we have to fade this here because we don't want to change this part, this intersection right here, corner. We don't want to change this because this is our pivot point for doing this. So we don't want to change that. So we have to angle that back as such. So we're going to replicate this tape line over on the other side, and then we're going to work on hollowing this out because I don't want to do this whole entire thing. And do you see the line? It's called the cheeks. And we're going to hollow the inside portion of that out. We're going to relief that, so when we're adjusting, we're just adjusting along the periphery of this heel. And we're not having to adjust this whole heel part. So, that's why we got the chisels out today, even though they're super duper freezing cold from being outside. But hey, it's going to be 60 today. Even though schools are closed this morning because of ice on the roads, and the truck was sliding all over the place. So let's do that. So we're taking this really slow because you see this small amount that needs to be taken off. And then I'll just keep checking it with a straight edge to make sure I've got it right. Alright, we're going to take you around in a somewhat unconventional fashion here. Alright, this is the unadulterated edge. You can see this is our 3/32 that we're wanting to take off, tapered back to here. You can see here where we have done part of it, and then you can see over here where we have done that. Now I still have to relieve the inside of this cheek so that I'm only adjusting a small portion of it instead of the whole thing, but that's kind of how the process goes. So now we're going to start working over here on this side. Alright, we've shaved our portion off of the heel and everything's good, right? Let's look here, and you will notice that I have cut my gap, but that gap doesn't fit down on the side of the guitar. And why is that? Well, let's pull this up and maybe we can incrementally see that there is like no room in the back of this joint. So what's happening is, even though we have cut away and we've relieved the part of the neck, the cheeks of the neck, this dovetail joint is still holding it. So we're going to have to back cut this part right here so that we can tilt it back. That's going to loosen this joint up, and we're going to have to re-shim this to get it to the proper thickness. But we can't tell if what we've done is getting us where we want to go, because we've got to get rid of some of this material here. So we'll do that now. Alright, we've trimmed a little bit off of this, and as you can see, that is how it started. And now we've closed up to there. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing and get that so that the cheeks here of our neck are actually resting on the top of that. Alright, I just want to show you this. This is how dry and fragile this wood is. Here, let's get another one. And it just falls apart. I mean, that's probably one of the, there we go. That's probably one of the thicker slices that I've taken off. And it's just, the fun of working on really old guitars. Okay, we have relieved the back of the dovetail. So now what I've done is I've put chalk on the base, this part of the neck block. And if I've done my job right, I'm going to slide this in, pulling it up on the dovetail, and then holding it down to the neck, and we're going to rub back and forth a little bit. If we've done everything right, there shouldn't be any blue on the bottom of our dovetail, and voila, as they say, there's no blue. So we have efficiently gotten this relieved. So now we get to concentrate on getting the cheeks fit to the body, and then we'll work on tightening up this dovetail joint. Hey, if you like this episode of RATTLECAN Guitar Restorations, you might want to check this video out as well. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you'd like to help the channel grow, consider stepping over to our Patreon page and giving that a look. Y'all have a good weekend. Cheers.